guys, welcome back to the channel. It's the Life of Jordy B. If you're not a member of the channel, please like, share, and subscribe. Please, guys. Thank you, guys. We are finally over the 100 subscriber mark, so we are moving right along. We're posting more frequently now. We got the projects going on. But what I wanted to give you guys is, you know how when you go to the shows and you want to see, underneath the hood of cars and stuff like that, and the very first thing that you usually see, especially with turbo vehicles or any kind of exhaust, is it'll be rusted, especially cast iron. I want to show you how to eliminate that, guys. So we are actually going to be doing my turbo for the Buick Grand National, and I'm going to show you guys how to keep that thing looking nice and pristine on the aluminum side, which is your cold side, the turbine side, and your hot side, to keep it looking nice. Even when the heat starts to get to it, it doesn't rust. So we can get it turned around, and I'm going to show you guys. Okay, guys. So what we have on the table here is a turbo. I'm not going to go into details what kind of turbo this is. This is for a later video. But this is for the Buick Grand National. We'll tell you guys that. Alright. So as you can see, you get a new turbo. You get caps on all your outlets or inlet ports. Make sure you mask those off. I'm going to just leave the caps on it, and I don't have to waste the tape. If you have any ports that you have to mask them with masking tape or any kind of tape. So we got your boost reference port here. We've got the outlet for the oil outlet. And then we have got the oil inlet. Got them taped off, good to go. I'm not going to worry about the oil water ports. This turbo does have is water and oil lubricated, but I'm not going to be worrying about the water right now. I don't even think I'm going to hook it up, but anyway. So you want to get that prepped. The things you will need to do this, and to keep this looking the same way it came out the box, is over here. You're going to want to get you a can of brake parts cleaner or starter fluid. Either one of them works really great. You want to get you some VHT flame proof or any header or high temp clear coat. Yes, I said clear coat. The reason I'm using clear coat is because I want to keep the natural finish of the turbo looking nice and pristine. And then we have the torch. This is a key process, guys, as far as this torch thing. I've done headers with this kind of paint. Heat cycling is the key to making this paint last under your hood. If you do not heat cycle it properly, it will burn slam off, and it'll be just like you painted with regular paint. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take this brake parts cleaner, and most of you guys who've done stuff like this will already know. The only thing we're using the brake parts cleaner for is to get any kind of oil residue from where you've been handling it, dirt, grit, or grime, off of whatever you're painting. In my instance, this turbo. So make sure you're in a well ventilated area. I'm behind my garage. Made a little makeshift tables for you guys. So first thing we do is we're going to spray it. Spray it real good. And as you can see that dirt rolling off of there? And this is a brand new turbo, guys, so brand spanking new. Don't take much. I'm sorry, guys, I ain't got you on the camera, but we got it all coming off here. And I know a lot of people will say, well, man, you're using brake parts cleaner, and it says it is, I think it's highly flammable, extremely flammable. I can tell you guys, this stuff sucks. But I try to use it to blow a tire up, if you guys know how to do that with like starter fluid or whatever. Weak. But anyway, we're not going to get off subject. But we got that cleaned all up. We're going to let that dry, and then we're going to be back. Give it probably about 5 or 10 minutes to let it dry. Now also with brake parts cleaner, it does cool the surface down. So we want to let that come back to whatever the temperature is outside. Right now we're probably around the 68 to 70 range. So we're going to let that come back in about 5 or 10 minutes, come back to the temperature outside, and then we're going to come back and show you the next step. Okay guys, we are back. The next step is you want to preheat your metal. That includes the cast iron hot side and the aluminum cold side. You want to preheat it, and that's where your torch comes in. So I got ahead of myself before I did this. Make sure you remove the tape off of all the outlets that you don't want to get stuff into. I.e., when you're using this torch and you're preheating, it will set it on fire. So please remove that before you go to this step. Then once you finish this step, you can put it back on once you get ready to start painting. So what you want to do is start your torch up, and you want to preheat. Nice even strokes. Give it a nice good preheat. Make sure you get it real nice and even. Now these caps won't catch on fire, but that tape will. So, and right there, as you see guys, it's a little piece up there. I'm just gonna let it burn. But just to show you guys, take your tape off. Get it nice and warm. Nice and warm. Okay, so we got it nice and warm. So now, should be warm to the touch. Uh-oh, fell over right there. All right, that's out the way. You want to take your flame-proof, high-temp header paint, but make sure it's clear. Now, if you want to paint your turbo a different color, by all means. I'm keeping mine raw finish because I like the way the raw finish looks. So I went with clear. So you want to get this all shaken up. You hear me shaking in the background. Shake, 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 shake. Once you get your cap off, shake some more. Just shake it. Now you want to do just like you paint anything else. Key to making this stuff last is the preheat and the post heat. So first thing you want to do is turn away from the product you're going to be using and make sure that you get it's spraying right. Okay, so pretty much prime the can. Make sure it's spray right, because the last thing you want is this thing spitting and spattering on your product. So you always try it away. So next, you're going to want to start laying your coats. Nice even coats. You can do this on exhaust manifolds, headers if you want. Headers are better painted though. They take up so much heat. But the clear coat works great on cast. So we're going to try it on the aluminum. Aluminum is not going to get hot anyway, so it's just going to have a nice satin finish. Let's see here. Don't try to overdo it the first time. If you're not familiar with how to paint this stuff and keep it from not running. Okay. So we got a nice coat up there. We're going to let that coat dry. And then we're going to come back. Give it about 10 to 15 minutes to dry. Don't rush it. Then we're going to come back and apply another coat. Alright guys, so we're back. I went on and applied the second coat. You do the same way as you did the first once the first coat dries. Didn't want to bore you guys with that. But now you can see it has a nice semi-satin finish. It makes it look brand spanking new. This is the next step, guys. Pick your torch back up. And you want to not really preheat. You want to post-heat this turbo. You don't have to worry so much on the cold side, because the cold side is not going to get hot but from under the hood temperatures. And that should do it far as keeping that aluminum from oxidizing. You want to focus more so on your hot side. So what you want to do, and if you guys worrying about like the seals or whatever, think about it. You got exhaust running through these things, so you applying heat to it does not hurt it. So what you want to do is post heat. Just heat this thing up. Make sure you keep it even. And what you want to do is burn that VHT paint in. Make sure you get it nice and even. Now you don't want to get this thing so super hot where it's like cherry red. You want to flash heat it. As you can see there. Now a spot like that is where it ran a little bit. And it's burning the paint. Don't worry so much about that. You can go back and fix that later. But make sure you heat it nice and good. Now, there is a right temperature on the back of the can. I've just done this so many times that I know about how hot to get it. You get it nice and hot. And you want to get it to where it's kind of tacky. So you can just barely touch it with your finger and it should feel tacky. Once it gets tacky, you want to stop. And then you want to let it cool. You want to repeat this process about 3 times, guys. Allowing it to cool 5 to 10 minutes in between. On the 3rd time, let it cool completely and let it sit overnight. It will cure to a hard shell that will not burn off under engine heat or exhaust heat. I promise you. I done did tons of headers like this, and I found this method works and the paint lasts. So guys, that concludes the video. I hope it helps someone. You can do this on exhaust manifolds, turbos, any kind of metal that's going to be subject to heat over the 200 to 300 degree range. This will work on, guys. Thanks for watching the channel. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. We're out.